Yo, so the opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and the future Bachelor podcast only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity or anything like that. This fun podcast, though, may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor podcast.
Whatever. Why don't we just get into what we talked about here? It's late. It's that time to talk about Bachelor in Paradise on our show. Yeah, that didn't get any easier this week. But YouTube, I know what is easy. You subscribing and smashing that thumbs up button and hitting that notification bell so you can get notified every time we drop new Bachelor content, just like this. And if you just did, oh man, huge shout out to you. Woo-wee! Air horns for you. And you know we got to give a shout out to all of our comment crew, people leaving comments, giving us likes, subscribing. Shout out to the homie Chelsea Allen, the homie Kathleen Kent, of course, and our new friend Wendy Fraley.
We hit 100
Oh yeah, we got the 100 subscribers.
There we go.
Although, you know, I do have to say that when I just checked, someone unsubscribed from us, so we're back at 99. So we're gonna need you guys to go ahead. You know what? That's just pure hate. That's just pure hate. Someone was like, "Nah, can't let them get the 100. I'm unfollowing, even though I'm gonna watch these videos." Them
have this.
Yeah, I can't. Whatever. We'll get there though. It'll be official. One day we'll be at 115, and we'll look back on these days like, ha. So, yeah, if you guys could
someone
just
please subscribe so we can be 100.
Yeah, someone please subscribe. Maybe a couple people so we don't have to worry about the haters. But
yeah, give us a buffer.
Whatever. Yeah, give us a buffer. You know, shout out to our unfollower, but we really love the followers better.
Oh my god.
Subscribers, let's go. So V, let's just get right into the 4 hours of Bachelor in Paradise. Week 2, we got day 2 and 3, and it was a wild, wild ride.
It's wild. It's crazy to think that we're on week 2. Technically, yeah, we're only on like days 2 through 4-ish. For these two episodes that we're seeing. But even, you know, when we get into the second night episode, they're calling it week 2. But, like, it's not really a week in their brain. They're just saying that because that's how we're watching it. But
so
anyways,
do you think this is only 2 weeks, if anything?
Potentially. I think it's like something like crazy, like 12 days.
Then they're supposed to get engaged. Wild. Gotta love it. But here we are. We're in week 2.
Night 1. So
night one.
Victoria Fuller makes her entrance on to the beach. Hottie Mick Hodderson is here to play.
Yeah.
All the ladies are quaking in their boots because they know that the men have the roses, and they're all like, yo, Victoria is stunning. None of us are safe. None of us are safe. So.
You know, she although she has that energy, she came in like pretty sweet, I would have to say. Like she's not like coming off like I thought she would, where she, you know, feels like she's the hot shit. I mean, she's pretty nice.
I feel like she's just very monotone. Like she doesn't show a lot of emotion on her face or in her voice. So yeah, I feel like she's coming off. I think that's how she gets you, though. I think that's how she gets you, because you don't expect much. You're just like, she's really hot, but you're like,
it's the art of attraction.
But she gets in there.
Yeah.
And she takes Justin on a date. They like do ATVing, having a great time, and Genevieve is losing it because, you know, it's only like day 2 or whatever, and these bitches are already putting all of their eggs in one basket because they're just really trying to get that rose. But I'm like, it's so early. You can't be doing that. But
yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to see Genevieve sweat until she started sweating, and I was like, this is more annoying than seeing her.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, I mean,
she spent the entire episode like upset and crying and freaking out.
But you would think that would happen. It's Victoria Fuller, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's fair enough.
I guess. But I feel like for this night one, and then she kind of carries it into the night two of this episode. Like, her and Justin sort of have these very weird roundabout conversations where, like, she's upset and she's all like, don't you think you owe me your, like, to, like, tell me your feelings, or, like, you should have come to me after this date, and blah, blah, blah. And, like, Justin's like, bro, I'm just trying to figure this out just like you. Like, oh, what do you expect me to do? And everybody's just, like, feeling some kind of way. But in other relationships, Haley, who no one remembers from Clayton's season, thinks that, like, really is gunning for Logan, thinking that he's really into her, like, that they had a connection. And
poor Logan, like, he's, like, sweet, you know what I'm saying? He's just a nice guy. So he's, like, not wanting to, like, let anybody down. He's, like, giving chances for conversations, but she's so gung-ho about him. It's, like, crazy. And that conversation was so sad. Like, I just was like, damn, I feel bad for her. Even though he was being nice, like, you know, she was just like, she, you know, at some point tries to pull him to the side and stuff. And I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, because after he goes, so Shanae gets a date card and he goes on a date with Shanae and, like, had spent all day with Shanae and everything like that. And she tries to pull him to the side to be like, oh, but, you know, I wanted to spend time with you, but you've been with Shanae. And he's like, yeah.
I mean, you know, see, until last night's episode, you know, seeing Shanae and Logan in the ocean, like, it just felt like so good. You know,
felt right. It felt right.
It felt right then. And, you know, you ever been on vacation? You're just, like, having the time of your life with somebody and stuff. Like, it's new. You're just getting to know each other. You're spending all day. You're like, all right, I'm going to go take a shower, and then we're going to get dressed, and we're going to go meet down here, and we're going to go have fun more. And the day's never going to end. That's what it felt like between Logan and Shanae. Wow. And yeah, I mean, you know, they were out dancing, they were having a good time, and you know, Logan's really putting it all out there. He really is into her. So that went well.
And, like, Shanae's definitely feeling him too. Like, she's, you know, like, I never felt this way about Clayton. She's, like, feeling some kind of way. She's, like, almost all the way in, but we'll hold off on more of that. But the talk of night one of this week's episodes was Salley and her suitcase. So
we didn't really talk about, like, I mean, we'll talk about the open stuff because we got our first open with everybody with this episode. And I mean, I thought, first of all, like, this is, like, so far, like, by the end of this week, this is, like, probably the hottest season of people I've seen.
Yeah, there's a lot of hotties.
Yeah.
A lot of hotties.
And, I mean, I thought they were pretty funny, like, with, you know, they got the dad one, they got, you know, Logan with, he doesn't know which one to pick.
Doesn't know which one.
Yeah. They got Shanae with the burning down the house meme, like, you know.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious, but I wanted there to be shrimp for her, but I do like the burning down the house meme. I think that's great.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that were good. They did Hunter dirty with the weird, like, the toilet paper stuff. I don't know, like, Andrew danced normal. Casey just showed his nipples because I guess that's, like, a thing for him. I don't know.
I mean, we're not night two yet, but no,
we gotta finish talking about Salley and her suitcase.
Well, wait, they got Victoria on this one. I wanted to say she has, like, the worst. Like, well, I don't know if she was on this one, but, like, she had, like, the worst one.
What was hers?
She was just standing there, like, I don't even know. Like, it was she didn't want to do anything cute or fun, and ended up. It's like acting. Like, if you try to act cool while you're acting, you're not cool.
Yeah, no. I mean, and I think with the openings, you really got to just lean into the bit. That's, like, the whole point, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if she really has a thing to do, though. So
no.
But yeah, so let's talk about the Romeo stuff. Or we didn't talk about Salley.
Salley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Salley, for those who don't remember, because I briefly forgot as well, Salley was the one who had broken up with her fiance, was, like, supposed to be getting married around the time that they were filming or whatever, or that Clayton's season was coming out. Whatever happened. The timeline was weird. She's supposed to be getting married, didn't, dumped her fiance, went on the show. And then got on there, had second thoughts before even getting in a limo to get out of a limo, and like, you know, came and talked to Clayton, was all like, I don't know. And then he tried to like Hail Mary, give her a rose before she even got out of a limo, and she was all like, can't accept it. Went home, I guess, got back together with her fiance, broke up again, and then maybe, I guess, got back together with him again because when they were trying to, like, get her to come on the show, because, like, she agreed to be on the show, and then whatever, she was hard to track her down. Like, the producers had to go to her house.
Just a bunch of red flags. Like, you know, Wells did, like, the whole thing, which I felt like went on way too long. I didn't really
It went on too long. It was hilarious, but it went on too long. But, like, it was a very much so, like, a funny reenactment of, like, the producers going to the house, and then, like, she had to go talk to her fiance and, like, locked her in locked the producer in the trunk of her car, and then for like hours, and then
dude, you think that's for real?
I hope, like, Wells was really selling the story because everyone else is like, that can't be true, and he's all like, ask the producer, ask him,
and also like, you know, what would make them go through the bag like that? Like, I just think that was so rude.
think that's honestly sort of disrespectful. I'm like,
totally.
why are they going through the bag?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, also throwing her shit all around and stuff.
Throwing her shit everywhere, throwing her vibrator, which I love how somebody said. Do you think that's really
her stuff?
I mean, I don't know if it's really her stuff. I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing the vibrator was planted because someone did say, like, I didn't even know we could bring that, which that kind of makes sense. Like, I feel like that was something that was definitely, like, planted just to be all like, ooh, a vibrator. Like, let's make a funny joke. Which I think was stupid. But the rest of, like, this episode and the rest of, like, even the next episode, they just kept placing her suitcase, like, in different areas, like, on a daybed, on some rocks, on whatever.
She even got the bag even got into the intro on the next episode.
Yeah, like the bag's everywhere, and Sally's still not here, but she's supposed to be coming, because she didn't get on the plane originally, but she's supposed to be coming, and I guess there was a little bit of drama, because she had, like, was a thing with Justin at Stagecoach. God, for these fucking Stagecoach incidents. Stagecoach, she had a thing with Justin at Stagecoach, and Kira was, like, outing Justin to Genevieve, being all like, just so you know, if you think it's bad with Victoria coming in, think about Salley. And, you know, that's been driving some drama over the Twitter sphere. But, you know, we'll see if any of that comes to fruition when Salley does make it onto the beach, I think, next week.
Yeah. You know, just a little bit with the drama and stuff. We were talking today at work about how come they didn't black bar Victoria in her bathing suit, because
when she was climbing out of the swimming pool with Justin. Yeah,
I mean, like, I'm not sitting here complaining, but like, it's just kind of like, what's going on here?
I know, because
let's see more of this.
They're black barring most of these girls' bottoms because they're, like, you know, the very cheeky kinds of bottoms, and you know, that's just like what they're gonna do. But it was interesting to see them either slip up or I don't know what. Who knows? Did she get paid a little bit extra? Who's to say?
Ooh, paid for the booty.
Paying for the booty.
Yeah. So the rest of this episode, you know, we don't get a rose ceremony.
We don't. We just get a lot of Romeo drama.
Yeah. So Romeo, you know. What the hell, man? I thought he was going to be like just like a dark horse, maybe silent, you know.
Romeo is a dusty ass fool is what he is. He thought, first of all, he already had the issues with Jill and Kira first episode, night 1. And then he thought he finally was, like, getting back into Jill's good graces, but, like, barely. And then he thought it would be a good idea to... my thing is, like, obviously the whole point of the show is to explore different connections, but you gotta, like, especially if you already, like, broke some trust in Jill, you gotta then talk to her and be all like, hey, I'm interested in whoever. I want you to also explore other connections. I want to try to talk to whoever. He didn't do that. He instead just tries to pull Brittany to the side.
The power went to his head of having the rose.
Yeah. Power went to his head after he just barely got Jill back. He thought, let me pull Brittany to the side and try to finesse this. And obviously Brittany's all like, nah, I'm not taking any of this heat. Like, I'm not even gonna try to get into any of this. And she swerves him so hard.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, good for her because she, first of all, she had a really bad edit on her season. The girls, calling her names and stuff like that. And she's a beautiful girl and really, solid as far as girl code goes. She's definitely not trying to get into any drama and not over any.
Right.
Do you think she had an interest in Romeo before that kiss?
I don't really think so, no.
Yeah. Well, yes, he gets swerved. Word spreads of it. And, he tries to then, what's it called? Then Jill is over it. She has a breakdown about it and just tries to.
And then he tries to go back to Kira, and Kira's all like, "The fuck? What do you think is gonna happen here, dog? No." And then he's grasping at straws. Like, he has a rose to give away, but then he's even trying to talk up He's trying to talk up Haley, and Haley's all like, "What?" He's trying to talk up whoever, and then he's just sobbing in a corner.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I start feeling bad for him.
I felt bad, but I'm also like, you dug your own hole. You dug your own grave.
It is true. I mean, I don't know. He's just trying to stay afloat at that point. It's nothing worse than having a rose to give and no one's going to take it. You know what I'm saying? You can't even give away a rose at that point.
True.
That's so sad. So yeah, that's how it ends with night one, right?
Yeah. And so now we're into night 2. We finally get to see, the build up to this rose ceremony. Jacob is a hot commodity for this rose because he doesn't really have anybody who's really tied to him just yet. Kira.
See, Jacob is using the rose power to his advantage the way that Romeo wished he could have.
The way that Romeo, I think, thought he was gonna.
Exactly. Because he's just making out with everyone. And good for him. He's got the power this week. It'll be interesting to see if he makes it another week, though.
I don't think he will.
Yeah. So, I mean, he ends. So we get to the rose ceremony, right?
Yeah, and Jacob ends up giving his rose to Lace, which felt, I think, to me, feels like a producer pick because I didn't see him have any good connections with Lace. I saw him and Kira seemed to have more of a thing, and honestly, him and anybody else, but that feels like a producer pick to me. And then Johnny got sniped by Victoria. Victoria went and talked to Johnny, made out with him after homie was telling Hunter how he had been thinking about her, they're vibing, having a good time, and Johnny gives his rose to Victoria. Easy snipe.
Poor Hunter, because she's
poor
a cutie,
Hunter, dude.
And she was he was literally telling her it's you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she went into that feeling confident, and then was just kidding, just right under her nose, just snagged him.
I mean, but it's Victoria. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and she knew it was. She Hunter had a bad feeling. She's like, damn it, Victoria's gonna ruin this for me. But and then Justin gave his rose to Genevieve, and then everybody else is a pretty much What
do you think it was with the Genevieve Justin thing? I mean, was it her birthday? Do you think?
I mean, he gave it to her. It was they did the cake and stuff for her birthday. Why do you think
he didn't want to pursue the Victoria thing? Do you think?
I think, I don't know. Part of me almost thinks he felt so harangued by the whole Genevieve thing that he was all is it worth me fighting against that when I do have feelings for her, or what? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, and maybe he knew that somebody else was going to choose Victoria so she'd be around.
Yeah, but I mean, it just doesn't. I mean, after the rose ceremony, I didn't see too much more of Victoria, really. I don't know. I really thought she was going home. That would have been crazy if she went home. But of course, hot people get to stick around a little longer,
Yeah, they need her for a bit longer on the beach. But so the people who go home during that rose ceremony are Kira, Haley, and Hunter. So new week, said with quotes. Now the roses are going to be going to the ladies.
Romeo ends up giving it to Jill.
Oh, yeah. Romeo does end up giving it to Jill, kind of does a whole apology. I almost thought Jill was going to just say no, because she was seeing that would
be a dumb thing to do.
I think it would be a dumb thing to do, too, but she was seeming very over it, but I think she's all I want I want to at least try. But I don't think that's not going to work out for them in the long run. Like, she's already, she said that the ship has sailed and it's like halfway to Hong Kong by now is what she says of their romantic
she said
relationship.
Afghanistan or something like that.
I know, but new time, new men are coming down, and the first of the new men that come down are, a package deal. Aaron and James back at it again.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Literally.
They come down flexing with hard bro energy. And the girls are eating it up.
They're eating it up. They're tall. They've got a lot of muscles. They're ready to rock and roll. And some of these girls have been waiting for some fresh meat. And
we get a scenario here that's very interesting, with Genevieve and Shanae, having past beef. Like, they went on a 2-on-1 on Clayton's season, and they were not at all. And also, Shanae, had said some stuff on the After the Rose about how Genevieve went home and had sex with Aaron, which is not true. I guess from Genevieve, they never had a thing. They've only been friends. And, she kept saying how she was surprised that he was showing interest in her because of, she thought that there was no, romantic interest. I can never really buy all this, though. I don't know. It seems like everyone's just very secretive sometimes about this stuff. They know who's coming down to the beach and holding off for different things and stuff. But Justin and Aaron and James end up picking Genevieve and Shanae. So this is where Shanae starts kind of showing her true colors a little bit when they get on this date. I know they're out here supposed to explore and stuff, but it was all good just yesterday with Logan. And on this date, she's already saying things like it's awkward between her and James, but when they talk to each other, she makes it seem like it's so easy to talk to him and stuff. And
she said it was awkward with her and Logan.
Oh, it was?
Yes, that's what she said. She said that it felt way easier to talk to James than Logan.
Really? Okay, well then that's where. Damn, that sucks, man. Because Logan was really just. I don't know.
I know. Well, that's why she gets upset, because she's feeling she's I really like Logan, but I'm starting to feel like I could like somebody else more. And she's I felt like this was the best light that I've ever seen Shanae in, that she's actually showing genuine feelings and feeling conflicted about, how to feel and who she's into and what she's looking for.
Yeah, I don't know though. I don't see James for some reason.
I don't see her and James. I see her and Logan being a better fit than her and James.
Didn't we see her kiss Aaron? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought for some reason I saw her kiss Aaron. Maybe they just made it look like that in the edit.
I think they were trying to really push the idea that her and Genevieve were going to be fighting over Aaron. Yeah. And that is not what happened on that date at all. They seemed really chill. They actually seem to be getting along and bonding and discussing how their feelings about these different men. And it was lovely to see women supporting women.
Sure. So they have a great date. And back at the, on the beach, there's things going on. What's going on there?
Justin.
They're hoping for another man to come down, or they're hoping for somebody else to come down to the beach. The girls, they're
who comes down first are, Bachelor in Paradise royalty, Ashley I and Jared. And they come down and they're ready. It's funny because you could tell how most of the women on the beach know who they are, because they're either fans of the show or have watched or know all those things. Most of these dudes have no idea who these people are. They're all I don't know who these are. They're some dude and some pretty girl came down.
Yeah, that was Logan. Ashley is so excited to be there and just talk about how she has a husband.
She got Jared after
Poor Jared is just yeah, okay. Yep, you got me.
Poor Jared's I'm just happy to be away from the baby for a while. We're gonna get some alone time, which it looks like in the preview for the next week, they're going to show a lot of like, I'm like, I don't give a shit about them getting their like alone time. Like, show me the mess of these other people. Like, I'm not that invested in Jared and Ashley I anymore. Like, I think they're a great couple. They have their little business together. They have a baby. That's great. They're living good lives, but they're there for their bag. I get it. Like, I get it. So they need that airtime. But, you know, Ashley I is going hard in the paint, already giving advice to people, like helping wipe away Jill's tears, like running the show, as she tends to do. She's, you know, like, if you guys thought it was bad, you know, just don't worry about it. It will all work out. Like, she's like, you know, like, think about me. They show a montage of her crying all this, like, the entire time.
That's
like,
not true, though. It was because the reason why it worked out for her is because she was a producer favorite. Like, they pushed for her to be there and stuff. Not everyone will get that same leeway. Look at Hunter. She just went home. So, yeah, I mean, so she comes down, and then our boy Rodney comes in. And the girls seem very happy about it, right?
Rodney's a fave. And he had his eyes on Serene, Teddi, and he says Eliza, who maybe she's coming down to the beach. Maybe not. Who's to say?
I do have to say, Serene is definitely the prettiest girl down there.
I love Serene.
She's so pretty.
She's gorgeous. She's just beautiful, pretty, and she's just like sweet, you know, genuine. But Rodney starts talking to the different ladies, and he talks to Teddi. And Teddi had earlier in the day said something to Ashley I, being all like, you know, I feel like I'm not quite there. Like, I really like where things are at with Andrew, but like, I feel like it's not quite where it should be.
That's what I was saying last week when I was talking about Andrew.
Yeah. But she talks to Rodney, and like, they have a good time. And then she immediately after she walks away from that conversation, she's having like a full on crisis. Like, she's like, well, I don't know. Like, she's super upset. She's crying. She's like, this is, you know, makes me rethink everything with Andrew. And she pulls Andrew to the side, and they talk, and she pretty much tells him that she came down for him. And like, that's why she came. She wasn't going to come to the beach at all. She came for him, and she feels like it's not at that point.
What do you think really happened here?
There has to be something more that happened, because it doesn't make any sense for her to just completely, like, you know, 4 days in, just be like, I'm out, like, and like not even try to.
Rodney was gonna like pick her.
Rodney was gonna take her on his date.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, you know,
and she was feeling Rodney, so like, I don't know why. Like, was she really so set on Andrew and was like so disappointed about how they didn't vibe the way she wanted them to vibe? Or
I think maybe, you know, if there wasn't anything like darker happening like behind the scenes, I think what really happened here is that she probably felt really bad about what she did with Andrew, and she didn't want to put herself in a situation where she was going to look like worse. Like, she probably already felt like, oh my gosh, the viewers are going to hate me because I'm doing this to Andrew.
I don't even think, but like, that's so crazy to be that far in your head, because like, are you
serious? Like, last season, what's it called? Those two couple, like, the guy and girl that were like there for the followers and all that stuff. Like,
oh yeah, Piper and Brendan.
Yeah,
I could see how, but like, nothing that she did is even close to like that level of. It's not like she was manipulating anybody or like doing anything. Like, she was literally just having a conversation. She probably felt bad about her conversation
with Rodney. She might be that sweet where like she already felt like she did like so much damage.
Poor thing.
That she just like didn't even want to say bye to people, which I think is kind of a little coward move. But
I know, I can't believe she wouldn't even say bye to like her friends. Like, she didn't say bye to anybody.
She's got like what's her name? She got Serene like freaking out, like, Andrew, what'd you do? Almost at that point, and he's like, I didn't do anything. Like, she just.
I know, and then like Rodney comes up and was like, oh, where'd Teddi go? And they're like, she's gone. So, and I guess, you know, people were saying how she wasn't promoting, like, on her Instagram anything about Bachelor in Paradise. So that to me reads as something a little bit more sus than I don't know. So
do you think maybe she hooked up with somebody?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, she was really weird in that conversation with Andrew too.
It was because he was like trying to fight for the relationship, being like, you know, like I want you to feel like comfortable,
In the
like
nicest way. And she was just like, "Are you upset?" It's like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I'm upset, obviously. But whatever. She goes home. Everyone's like, "What? And that's kind of where they leave it, right?"
Yep.
Wow, we made it through that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, what does it look like happening next week?
Next week, it looks like we're going to get Salley. It looks like we're going to get more content on Ashley and Jared, which I don't give a shit about. And it looks like there's going to be some drama with the Justin, Genevieve, Aaron triangle. Because, I mean, that was sort of the thing with Aaron last summer, is that he kind of got caught in, you know, that sort of situation. With who? I don't even remember with who he was with in that one.
Yeah, it's interesting how we forget. But I feel like it never works out for Andrew and James. You know,
for Aaron and James.
For Aaron and James, yeah, or Andrew.
Yes, it didn't work out for Andrew. Yeah.
But yeah, I just think because like Aaron is too emotional. Like, you know, he's too cocky, and then it's like when he gets dropped into the same scenario as everyone else, it's like he gets really emotional. And
it's funny because he was acting like he's like, you know, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, but that's literally what got him into trouble last time. And then is what's getting him into trouble this time, it looks like, because he's going to put all his eggs in the Genevieve basket and then get upset when she's exploring her different connections, because that's the point of this fucking show.
I feel like some of these guys should be going for like Brittany.
I know, but Brittany and Casey seem to have a thing. I don't know, but yeah, I would think more
that
of them
might be a rose, like, you know.
I know. Some of them might need to, you know, go for Brittany more. I don't know. Yeah, she's not getting a ton of screen time, but
I would go for Brittany, but not like Romeo did.
No.
But yeah, so any other things happen in Batch Nation?
Yes, we got some pregnancy and, you know, new baby news. So Vanessa Grimaldi welcomed her first baby with her husband, Joshua Wolf. It was a day before her 35th birthday. And then Caila Quinn and her husband are expecting their first baby together. And then Sarah Herron, who is her and her fiance are expecting their first son together after some long, you know, IVF journey. So congrats to all of them.
Congrats to them. Well, guys, in the comments, let us know, which one are you picking? Are you picking Justin or are you picking Aaron? Would you have just gone home after breaking up with someone on the third day? I don't know. Also, make sure you subscribe in, be our 100th subscriber again.
Tell a friend to subscribe, you know,
or, you know, whatever it is. Just if you're just watching this, just throw a subscribe to us. We're pretty cool. If you made it this far, right? Well, guys, we love you. And we'll see you next week with another 2 nights of Bachelor in Paradise.
Future Bachelor